Potential future Chicago Bear Caleb Williams had his pro day today at the USC Pro-Day in Los Angeles. Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus, along with a lot of other Bears personnel, were there. What can we take away from today? Watch this video to hear my thoughts. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears news update video, which I'll be doing anytime the Chicago Bears news going on. And usually I don't make videos about college pro days, but because the Bears have a hole at the quarterback spot right now after trading Justin Fields, and the Bears very likely probably drafting Caleb Williams according to virtually every source out there, I thought I would make a video covering Caleb Williams Pro Day, which I watched earlier today during my lunch break at work, and just, what I thought of it, what the takeaways are, and some other storylines regarding Caleb Williams and the Bears. And obviously pro days do not matter that much. Like, less than 1% of your actual scouting of a football player is going to happen at the pro day. It's mostly just for fun to see how these players, throw the ball, what they're like as people. You get to meet them, talk to them, talk with their coaches, talk with their teammates. So it's not so much about what you do at the pro day, because you're going up against air, okay? No defense, no pass rusher in your face trying to get you down. It's very easy for the quarterback, obviously, to succeed, which is why you can't take away too much from these. But obviously, coaches still go to these for a reason, to get to meet the player. And Matt Eberflus, Ryan Poles, and a bunch of other Bears personnel and executives were here at the pro day, obviously, because the Bears do have the #1 pick, and constantly they were panning over to Matt Eberflus, to Ryan Poles, to see their reactions to different Caleb Williams throws. And Matt Eberflus had a pretty big smile on his face throughout the entire workout. Okay, I think he knows Caleb is about to be his quarterback, and you can tell he is extremely excited, as he should be. Caleb Williams is an unbelievable talent that I'm sure is going to help the Chicago Bears win football games very soon. Ryan Poles had more of a stoic, unemotional look on his face, which is how it should be. You want the GM to be more cool, level-headed, and really take into account the facts and the actual data and the film more so than just emotion. And Ryan Poles is a very data-oriented person, I would say. So that's pretty cool. And they did have dinner with him too recently. They said on the broadcast, Caleb went out to dinner last night with Ryan Poles, with Matt Eberflus, with a few other Bears executives, and that's where you get to really know what the person is like Ryan Poles says so often. Okay, he can like the player, but he has to like the person too. And it seems like, according to reports, they do like the person, but it's good that they are getting the chance to meet with him more, talk with him more, and see what he actually is like, rather than just relying on the media's interpretation of what Caleb Williams is like, because those two things are very different according to what I've seen. Okay, the media has a very negative opinion of Caleb Williams sometimes, especially some fans too have the negative opinion based on what they have heard, but it seems like reality is a lot different. And Keenan Allen also showed up at this pro day too, which I thought was pretty cool. He's only been a Bear for about a week, but he showed up in his Bears attire, and he actually knew Caleb Williams before meeting him here. They've known each other for about a year, Caleb was saying, and that's because they both played in Los Angeles. Keenan Allen, obviously, with the LA Chargers, and Caleb at USC. So it is pretty cool that our future quarterback and receiver duo already know each other. They've already talked with each other, have a little bit of chemistry maybe going. Maybe Caleb has thrown the ball to Keenan Allen a few times for fun. Probably nothing too major, but it is pretty cool. They already do know each other. But talking about Caleb's workout, guys, okay, it was a pretty quick workout. I think all pro days are pretty quick, though, okay? It was only about like 40 minutes of actual, action. And he threw mostly in structure, rhythm types of throws, it felt like, okay? It wasn't that much rolling out, that much on the move, which is, I think, intentional, right? Because Caleb in college football showed off that ability to play out of structure. He showed it off a little bit too much, honestly, in college football. That's the knock against him. It's that he did not play in structure nearly as much in college football as it's going to require him to play in the NFL. In the NFL, 90% of the passes you attempt as a quarterback are going to be in structure if you are indeed a franchise quarterback. It cannot all be out of structure, crazy, wacky, running around plays. But obviously in college football, he did not have a great supporting cast. The offensive line was not full of future first round picks like other quarterbacks selected have had, and his receiving core also was not the best last year. He did not have a true #1 option. Brendan Rice is pretty nice, but he's no first round pick. Same with Taj Gibson too. He's more of like a 4th round pick, maybe a 3rd round pick at the very best. But he had to make crazy things happen by himself because not much was available to him in rhythm, in structure, in that USC offense last year. So I think it was important for him to prove he can play in structure at his pro day. And again, it's only a pro day going up against air. Don't take too much away from this, but he looked pretty good on those rhythm and timing passes to all areas of the field. There are very few inaccurate balls. There's maybe like 2 or 3 that Caleb also mentioned in his post-practice interview that he would have liked to have back, but otherwise he was very, very accurate to all levels of the field, and the ball was coming out super quick. Okay, that's the best thing I like about Caleb Williams. It's that his release is lightning quick. Okay, it kind of reminds me of Aaron Rodgers. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be Aaron Rodgers, but the way the ball flows out of his hands, it's just so natural and so smooth, and he does it extremely quick. And he also has a cannon of an arm. I've seen some people question his arm strength, but that should not be anything that anybody should be questioning, because he did unload a 60-plus yard bomb down the field near the end of that practice, and beautiful ball downfield right in the receiver's hands. He has a cannon of an arm. Obviously, like you would have known if you've been watching Caleb the past couple of years, there's no concern about his arm strength or his ability to push the ball downfield in a cold environment like Chicago is going to be. And again, I know people will bring up the Notre Dame game, but he's allowed to have a bad game. That was a rough game for him, but he did learn from that, he said. And obviously, again, the supporting cast was not the best. So overall, he had a good workout. Okay, he was not tired at all either. Like Daniel Jeremiah on the broadcast said that Caleb was not even really breaking a sweat when, he's seen other quarterbacks sometimes at pro days, sweating profusely and getting tired. Caleb is in very, very good shape. He also looked pretty big. Like his upper body looked pretty big. He looked more muscular than I thought he was, which again shows, how much he's been training, how much he's been trying to get in shape. But not much else you can take away from a pro day, guys. Again, I don't want to talk about this way too much because it does not matter too much at the end of the day, but I did think he had a pretty good workout and showed off some of the exciting potential that he has entering the NFL. But I do want to end this video by talking about a nugget of information that Brett Coleman, another football YouTuber, a great football YouTuber, actually dug up by being at the pro day. So I'm going to put the tweet on the screen right now, but I'll just read this for you guys. And he said that a note that I got from a teammate of Caleb Williams today at the USC Pro-Day, Caleb was fully ready to play in the Holiday Bowl, but he, as an outgoing quarterback for Lincoln Riley offense, knew that every quarterback in the country would be interested in transferring in. Miller Moss had been waiting for a shot for 3 years, and Caleb wanted him to get a chance. So Williams went to Moss and told him he was going to sit out so that Moss could start and plant his flag. Caleb sat, Moss balled out, and every other quarterback immediately went elsewhere. And I already know some people in the comments are going to say this is completely made up to make Caleb Williams look good, but I promise you guys, Brett Coleman does not make things up. He's a very nice and reliable guy. Like, he's not somebody that would do this for attention, okay? He clearly did hear this from one of Caleb's teammates, and I would believe it because Caleb's teammates love him, okay? This narrative that Caleb is this cocky guy that his teammates absolutely hate is not true in the slightest, okay? Brendan Rice, Taj Gibson, everybody surrounding Caleb has talked about him glowingly, and this just shows that he is a very selfless individual that, again, a lot of people in the media, a lot of fans have a completely wrong opinion on. And if Ryan Poles also thinks the same, that Caleb Williams is a capable leader and that he is misunderstood by the media and by fans, and that he is a guy that his teammates love, then I think he will be a Chicago Bear because all the talent is there in this kid, okay? He is going to be the most talented quarterback to ever be drafted by the Chicago Bears when he is drafted by the Bears at number 1 overall, and it's going to be very, very exciting to see how he does in Chicago. So leave your comments down below. What did you guys think about Caleb's Pro Day? I'll be having a lot more videos out for you guys in the coming weeks talking about the NFL draft, and I promise it's not going to be only Caleb Williams talk. Okay, we have the number 9 pick in the draft, which we have to discuss what the Bears are going to be doing with that, and obviously our other picks too in the draft. We have 2 other picks right now, not that much, but maybe if we trade back, we could get some more. But yeah, leave your comments down below, guys. As always, bear down.